River Road, you got me running way back home. River Road, you got me running all night long. You got me singing some canal boat song. River Road, you got me running all night long.
Hello, everybody, and happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of Niner Nuts. I'm Indiana Dan, here along with Mr. Jimmy B, per usual on our Parlay. Per usual on our Friday Parlay episodes. When we do this, what we're doing here is giving you our picks for where we're putting money over the weekend. James inspired this. He's gotten me into gambling, especially since it's legal in my state, and it's been a lot of fun, even though we've not won a single one of them. Full disclosure.
Came close. We've come close. Like that 1 week, we were literally one win from the Jets away from raking in some money. But yeah,
could have cashed out early, but oh well. No, just ride or die.
Let it ride. Yeah,
ride or die. I completely agree. So here are our parlay picks for this week. And as always, double check your state's gambling laws and regulations and call 1-800-GAMBLER if you have a problem. All these numbers are subject to change. They were from yesterday, the 5th. Yeah, or the 4th. I can't, they had 4th or 5th. So these numbers might be different. But anyway, these are still our picks, though. Jimmy, go ahead and let's start walking through them if you want to take the reins.
Okay, so as you can see, the odds at the top, 6-pick parlay. Look at that. Look at those odds. Those are Jimmy B long shot odds that he loves to do. And we're starting with the Patriots and the Steelers. Two good defenses against two putrid offenses. Under 30 points. We're going for the total score. We probably think it's going to be one of those 13-7 battles that the Steelers and the Patriots have just been doing this season. So two good defenses against two bad offenses. 30 points is a low under, but I mean, we think we'll clear that by a mile. So that's where we're starting. The under for the Patriots and the Steelers.
Yeah, and obviously, viewers, this one was just for us. We didn't really give you a heads up on it. Apologize for that, but you can still get in on the rest of this ticket, because that game is about to kick off from when we're taping in about an hour.
Game?
Yeah, that game's kicking off in about an hour.
Wait, today's Wednesday, isn't it?
Nope, no, today's Wednesday, but this episode is dropping on Friday.
So we can drop it tomorrow.
We could. That would break. Yeah, no, let's drop it tomorrow. Let's give people a heads up on that. So, listeners, you are watching this just in time.
Yeah.
How about that? We'll break up the schedule a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says Thursday right there. That little Thursday.
Oh man, I didn't see that. Oh, so luckily we got on today. So.
Yeah. No, and I'm gonna leave all that in. I don't feel like editing it, and that was really funny.
Yeah, I was gonna say today's Wednesday, not Thursday. So
yeah, no, I'll stay up and make sure this is ready to go tomorrow. So anyway,
okay, great. So there you go, guys. 12 p.m. tomorrow or 12 p.m. Thursday. This should be coming out, and you can see all our picks and get that bet in time. If you like our picks, I mean, yeah, we haven't won, but just understand we like to have fun. Don't bet the farm or any of these. We're not suggesting that. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. But yeah, so starting with this, under 30 for the Thursday night game between the Patriots and the Steelers.
I agree. This game is going to be trash. It will be on in the background. I'm not above not watching it. It's going to be on after I run my errand and and I'm editing this episode, so I will. No. You threw me all the way off. I agree with you though. And I will be watching it tomorrow probably, unless my fiance wants to watch something else, which I won't fight her that hard on because this game probably will be terrible.
This game, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I completely agree. After you allowed a team to only score 6 points and then you didn't score any points and you still lost. And then my favorite quarterback nickname, Kissin' Titties. It's him versus Zappy. Like, why should we? What is the argument for this going over 30? I don't hear it. This is going to be a terrible game, and I'm going to take the under 2 with you.
Yeah, for sure. So next up, we have the Texans over the New York Jets. Two teams with good defenses, but CJ Stroud has looked like he is the clear and top favorite for offensive rookie of the year. There's really no other contenders. And he looks like he is a man above boys, and I don't think it'll be a blowout since it's in New York and the Jets have a good defense, but I do think CJ Stroud will be able to do enough uh, with their offense to win this game. And so that's why we're taking the money line on them.
Yeah, on paper, this is kind of interesting. Robert Saleh versus D'Amico Ryans. Like, that's kind of cool just from a observer standpoint that we're in. But and Zach Wilson is going to start. They said officially he is going to start, so it'll be Wilson versus Stroud. But no, I mirrored your sentiments exactly. That defense being out there as much as it has been for the Jets, no defense is going to last that long except Bill Belichick's. Excuse me, Bill Belichick's defense. So no, Stroud should walk away with an easy win. I can't imagine Zach Wilson having 2-3 weeks off is going to be any better than when he was starting. This is a super easy pick. It's not the biggest favorite that we're picking this week, but it's right behind it in second place for a reason. Texans should be an easy win.
Like I said, like I don't think it'll be an easy win. Like you said, I don't think it'll be an easy win at all. But with the way the Texans have been going, I believe, they'll be able to win this game because they have a certain grit and bite about them, and so
they want to keep up with the Colts to win the South, or they want to. Jacksonville is weak. The Colts are surging. So they need to step up and put this team away that they should beat in order to keep up in that AFC South that has surprisingly gotten competitive. Now that Jacksonville has kind of slouched a little bit and Trevor's hurt, Houston wants to pull an upset and win that division. And I think they can, but they got to put the Jets away to do it.
It would be a hell of a run if they could squeak out that division for sure, because everybody. The clear-cut favorite going into the season was the Jags because they had won the previous year. They had Doug Peterson the second year. So, but, that AFC South, you just never know what could happen in the AFC South because...
Look at the Colts. They're on a 4-game winning streak.
I know, without Anthony Richardson, too. It's yeah.
I don't know. But back to this game, Houston should win this, and that's going to be really interesting to see how the South plays out because Trevor is either not playing or he's going to be playing hurt. So, it's anybody's guess who's going to win that division.
Not only is he hurt, but so is Beathard. Beathard's hurt.
And Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk, I think, had the most serious injury out of the three of them because he has a core muscle injury, and then Trevor's a high ankle sprain. And what did Beathard have?
Shoulder, something in his shoulder and his throwing arm. Is something up with that. So,
we could get your boy called up. We might.
I don't think he's on a roster. I think he's on a USFL roster or something. I don't know. I don't know where EJ Perry is anymore.
I thought he was with the Jet, or I don't know. We'll have to double check.
He's been around. He's been around. So I think he might get us. He might be focusing on the upcoming USFL season. So
that makes sense.
So anyway, we're moving on to the next game. Rams at Ravens. The Rams are always a visiting team. The Ravens, have been looking good this season with Lamar Jackson. And we think this should be an easy win as well. They're a heavy favorite in this game. And we'd like them to beat the Rams handily because the Rams are always up and down. Baltimore has a good defense like always. And they have a great quarterback in Lamar Jackson. So we see this as an easy win for the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, the Baltimore Ravens. Just watch them set me off and blow this game and make this a trap game because I've ragged on them plenty of times about being very inconsistent. So I'm going with my gut on paper, especially from what I've seen of the Rams. The Rams got some grit. I mean, they're not an awful team. They have a little bit of fight in them, and they're a wild card right now for what that's worth. But I can't see them going into Baltimore and coming out with a win. Like like how you were saying Houston and the Jets are going to be a fight, I could see the Rams giving the Ravens a little bit of a fight. Like, I don't think they're going to be pushovers, but no, at the end of the day, the Ravens should still pull out the win.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I don't know, Ravens at home against the Rams. I don't know. I think it's going to be probably at least a 10-point game, in the Ravens' favor. So that's what I think. But
Yeah.
I'm wrong a lot of times, so you could be right. And so,
I just mean the Rams got some grit. Like, I don't think it's not going to be like what happened with our game where it's going to be 42-19. No, the Ravens aren't going to run them over like that. I don't know what the spread is. I didn't look at what the spread is, but I'd be interested. If you said 10-point favorites, I think that's reasonable to expect. I think the Ravens might only beat them by 10.
yeah, that is true. So anyway, next on, are we really picking the Broncos over the Chargers? Like, what has happened with the Broncos lately?
I spearheaded this pick. I defy you to tell me that the Chargers will beat the Broncos. Yes, they did just choke a win against the Texans away, but the Chargers are awful. They are awful. That Broncos defense looks so much better than they did a month ago. They should have no problem handling Justin Herbert because that offense can't do anything. They're
Yeah,
never the home team, just like the Rams. They're never the home team. I have given up any like faith that I've had that the Chargers can maximize the talent that they have on their roster. That
not
coach
with
needs to
that
be
coach.
fired.
Yeah.
I don't know. When I saw that the Broncos were the underdogs, I almost texted in all capital letters, throw money on the Broncos. I think they'll have a bounce back game after that loss to Houston. And yes, it's a divisional game, and like I know I'm kind of going
Yeah,
against.
but that makes the Broncos want to win it more. Like that's that just makes that just I think that the Broncos coming in as underdogs in LA when it looks like they have. I mean, they definitely have the better coach.
Oh
Quarterback.
yeah,
Quarterbacks, you could argue probably who has the better quarterback. But as far as who's clicking right now and who's not, I mean, the Broncos, over their last 5-6 games have shown that you can believe in them. And actually, I
they're
wanted
5-6 in their last, or 5-1 in their last 6 games.
yeah, and
Like,
I actually wanted them against my boy Josh Dobbs in Minnesota. Like I told you guys, I was like, pick Denver over Minnesota, and you convinced me not to put it in the parlay. And so I was like, you should have picked Denver. So anyway, we're picking Denver now. They're the underdog in this game, so we definitely like them to win against the Chargers. So
here's the thing. I want to like the Chargers. Like, I kind of like the
no,
underdog, the little brother that can't ever seem to really get over the hump. Like, they have up to this point, they've had Mike Williams, they have Joey Bosa, they got Williams, or who's the one? Keenan Allen. Justin Herbert is awesome. Austin Eckler. This team should be so much better than they are, and I hate their coach. I feel so bad for them.
They should get Marty Schottenheimer to come out of retirement because that's the last good coach that they had.
Oh,
And
Derwin James. I almost forgot Derwin James too. All pro safety. Like, how the hell did this team literally not score more than 6 points against the Patriots?
yeah,
I
I mean, it's not it's typical of the Chargers. It's one of the reasons why Eli Manning didn't want to go there. Is one of the reasons why Phillip Rivers couldn't get over the hump because they just find a way to not know how to win, and that's just it. That's been their organization. Like Marty Schottenheimer was their best coach in the last 20 years, and they got rid of him because of the fact that he wouldn't win the playoffs, even though that pick against Tom Brady right before the game, Marty Schottenheimer is telling that player, it's on a recording. I forget who intercepted the ball, but he says to him, when you intercept the ball to win the game, go down. Gets the ball, he intercepts the ball, tries to run it back, fumble, and the next thing you know, Patriots got a new set of downs and they win the game. So I don't know. I don't understand why so much blame was put on Marty Schottenheimer. Like, I mean, players got to execute, and the closest they got after that was the AFC Championship game the next year. Phillip Rivers blew out his knee, and that was it. That was their last shot.
He still played with that busted knee, though.
I know he played in the AFC Championship game with a torn ACL. Like, that's freaking crazy. Like, so yeah, I mean, ever since then, the Chargers have just been blah, and yeah, I don't
chronic underachievers.
Yeah, I don't have faith taking them, especially against the Broncos. The Broncos, like you said, have won their last 5 out of the last 6 games. So, and just barely lost to Houston. So,
yeah, there was a lot of nonsense that happened in that game too. I watched there's a Broncos, I won't plug him, but there's a Broncos fanatic, I'll say, that he does really good recaps of their games, and I really wanted to watch that one because I wanted to know how they lost to Houston.
right.
But yeah, this is an easy pick. I spearheaded this one, so if the Chargers do win, I'll eat crow for it. But no, let's go to the next game. Broncos should definitely win that one.
All right, guys. Coming off a bad loss to the 49ers in a division game where this game is big. You're talking about Eagles-Dallas rivalry division game. Eagles coming off a big loss at home, looking to bounce back, going into Dallas. Dallas has had the Eagles number while they've been in Dallas, but they haven't. Dallas, this version of Jalen Hurts has not played in Dallas, and he is looking to avenge the last time that he was there when he got picked like 3 times, 2 of them for pick sixes with Trayvon Diggs. So he is looking to go in there and come in there and come out with a win. They're an underdog probably for 2 reasons. They just lost to the 49ers badly, and it's in Dallas. So, but we like them as the underdog. We think that they will bounce back. We all think, Easy E, Indiana Dan, and I all think that the Eagles are the better team. They have the better roster, and Eagles just got Shaq Leonard, so that linebacking core has beefed up. And
you're getting Goddard back. I saw.
Yeah, we also getting Goddard back for the game, so we'll be at full strength for the most part. I don't think anybody got injured, other than that. So
yeah, we both came out of our game relatively injury free, except Eric Armstead's probably not going to play against the Seahawks. But other than that, you guys didn't even have an injury, I don't think.
No, I don't think we had an injury. We just had a freaking head of security like causing fights and shit.
Yeah, and Arik was already injured going into that game, so we didn't get any new injuries. It just we might be resting Arik for his sake.
Yeah. So, I mean, we like the Eagles as the underdog, the money line for them. Take that. We're on that. We think they should come out. I mean, it might be a close win like it was last time when it was in Philly. So, yeah, I think the Eagles come out ahead, though, in that game. Just they're trying to bounce back. They're trying to get control again and, if they win this game, they'll have a 3-game lead over Dallas in the division, and we'll only need to win 1 more game to seal the division. So, because they'll have won the first meeting, they win the second meeting, which essentially means Dallas has got to win 3 games above what Philadelphia does in order to get the division. So, big stakes on the lines. Jalen plays great in big games. So I think, we think the Eagles will come out on top in this one.
Yeah, my sentiments exactly. There's a lot of emotion when it comes to these 2 guys playing each other. The Eagles are going to want this to not lose the number 1. I think Dallas is going to get humbled though. Like there's incentive for me to be. Yeah, I'm going to be, obviously I'll be happy either way. Either we get some help getting the number 1 or our ticket works. But like my betting side genuinely thinks the Eagles should be able to handle Dallas and humble them. And they actually have a full week of rest to get ready for this game. And it should be a great game just in general. But no, I'm agreeing with you 100 and Eric 100%. I think the Eagles should humble Dallas pretty easily.
Yeah, me too, for sure. So next up, the final and last game, we have the surging Colts against the Cincinnati Bengals. We're taking the Colts in this game. Yeah, I mean,
I'm so iffy on this pick now.
yeah,
after that game, like we're in the thick of it now. We kind of have to, but yeah, nope. I was just making sure we didn't update it because I thought we were, but then I guess we didn't. But no, this is gonna be a really good game, dude.
yeah, I know this is gonna be close. This is gonna be close, but I mean, when are they playing too? It doesn't say when they're playing.
I'll pull up the Athletic and it'll be right there.
Is it Monday night?
No, it's not a primetime game. The Colts didn't get a primetime game this year. And there's no way in hell they got flexed. What the hell? That's Colts in Pittsburgh. Where did Colts and Bengals? Oh, it's 1 o'clock on Sunday.
So we got 1, 2, 3 1 o'clock games. Hopefully YouTube will let me to watch them all at once, because I hate when they have the split screen and like you need like so many of your games and like not all of them are on the screen. And it's like
they have to all be. I think they all have to be out of market. Like you can't have an out of market and you're in market for licensing reasons.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Because that's the problem I kept running into whenever I wanted to try and split screen, like with the Colts game. The Colts are always my game up here, so I could do everything else. I just couldn't watch the damn Colts game with anything else except whatever other local game like was on at 1 o'clock also, because we always play 2 at 1 o'clock. But anyway, that's a tangent.
I know. So anyway, there we go. Those are Indiana Dan's, Easy E, and Jimmy B's parlay picks of the week.
Well, let's dissect this just like a teeny bit more. Yeah, we're sticking with our guns. We think the Colts are going to pull the upset. I mean, I'm not going to back out of it, but I will be upfront and say this is the pick I'm most worried about after the way that quarterback upset the Jags. He looked really damn good. Hopefully he just comes back down to earth, even though they're playing at home and the Minshew magic keeps going.
Yeah. Minshew mania, man. I mean, once it gets going, it might not stop rolling. So yeah.
It will be a good competitive game at least, because Minshew is a backup. Like yes, it's fun to cheer for him, but no, like he's a backup at the end of the day. Like he didn't usurp Anthony Richardson. That's not what happened here. Like
yeah.
But no, since they're both on the same skill level, this should be a really competitive, close game. I don't blame the bettors for having it at -110. I bet actually I'll pull it up. I bet the spread is that close.
Probably Bengals 1.5.
Yep, -1 Colts. Yep, this game's close. And I don't.
I thought the Bengals would be -1.5, but -1 Colts. That's really close. That means the Bengals are like, you get 3 points for just being at home, but yeah, they're thinking the Colts in Indianapolis would be like 4 or 5 point favorites. So
yeah, no, that spread is. I already closed it out, but that spread's probably 3 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't have any other notes on that. I just wanted to put that out there that I am nervous about this pick, but I'm willing to.
Well, it's at 1 o'clock, so if it doesn't happen, there goes the Broncos and the Eagles, so we don't have to worry about those games. So
well, if the game tonight, yes, tonight. I'm trying to remember that this is a Thursday episode now. If the game tonight turns into a track meet, then the rest of it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but what's his name, Sugar Tits and and
Tits and titties.
and Zappy, Sugar Tits and Zappy going at it. Like I just don't see a barn burner happening.
Oh God, no. This is a game of literally two. I would be hard pressed to see the Patriots not in the top 10 for defense. The Steelers definitely are in the top 10 for defense. Like this is going to be a battle of kicks. Who kicks the ball the most? Like,
Yeah.
Trubisky's terrible. Zappy's worse. But no, Jesus Christ. I feel bad for anybody that's going to watch the game. Like,
Who's a fan of either team too? Like,
well, no, there's no reason. Maybe tomorrow. I bought 2 movies. I ran into some extra money I can talk about off mic, but no, I bought 2 movies because I felt like treating myself for this little bonus I got, and one of them was a remaster of Fargo, and the other remaster was Natural Born Killers. And
oh wow.
we watched Fargo. I'm withholding watching Natural Born Killers so I could watch it with my fiance because she's never seen it before, and
Oh boy. Well,
it's
she's a Tarantino fan, so
Oliver Stone.
yeah, but look at the history of that. Tarantino basically wrote that movie until Oliver Stone took over.
Yeah,
So I credit the idea and what it was to Quentin Tarantino more than Oliver Stone.
he published his script. Like, he was able to publish his version of the script, and he didn't even want the story credit, but the Writers Guild made him take a story by credit. That's what happened at the end of the day, because they couldn't not give him a credit because they did technically use his screenplay.
Yeah.
They just almost entirely rewrote it, but
Yeah.
but no, it's one of my that and JFK. The fact that they came out really close to each other, like, that was like Oliver Stone, like, in his stride. And
Yeah, he does a good job of trying to convince you that there was a conspiracy, but I'm lone gunman, man. I'm a lone gunman.
he's
man.
we do not have enough time, and we are not the right podcast to get in my feelings of Oliver Stone as of late, but 90s filmmaker Oliver Stone was genius. He was an amazing director back
he
then.
successfully mixes 8mm, 16mm, and 35mm into one film, which is
And beta, and because there's a few shots in beta, and then he used a fifth. I forgot what the name of it was. I was just reading about it yesterday because I bought it. But yeah, it was like 5 different mediums all smushed together, and this remaster, I'll let you know how it looks because it's sourced from the original camera negative and recolored in Dolby Vision. Like, this is really far away from football, but guys, I'm a massive movie geek if you didn't know that.
he's and I used to be, but like me, I just don't have any more time to focus on movies anymore. So I'm just strictly sports and just taking up my sports mantle. But I mean,
Oh, I've been paying AMC every month for A-List, and I, honest to God, don't remember the last time I went to the theater anymore. Like, I'm literally burning $20 a month for no reason because I can't bring myself to cancel that subscription. I don't want to,
Well,
even though I'm not using it.
I mean, I got a Hendon Hooker first Bowman autograph. You could spend it on that.
I'll sleep on that. God, maybe I need to make Joan go see Godzilla -1. Maybe that'd be a good reason to go to the theater. Maybe, I don't know. Have you even heard of that? This is really so far off topic. But
I'm so out of the movie realm. Like, I mean, I don't even know what's coming out. Like, somebody, as long as somebody informs me when a Tarantino movie comes out, like, that's all I need. Like,
well, I will tell you. I'll tell you when the film critic comes out because that's allegedly what it's titled, and I can't remember because of the strike when it's going to be filming. But it's about a film critic. I want to say in the 70s, but don't quote me on that. But no, the title, I believe, is going to be called The Film Critic, and it's still supposedly going to be his final film. Like, apparently he's still
it's number 10, right? It's going to be number 10. He said 10 would be it.
Yeah. Unless he gets talked into doing Star Trek, which I can't tell if that's a rumor that's real or not. Like, I don't
know. That seemed real, but I want to know the over/under of F-bombs in that one.
He directed 2 episodes of CSI, and obviously he adhered to the TV rules for that. So
yeah. But
yeah.
I mean, could you imagine Captain Kirk just saying, like, superlatives of the F word throughout the whole film?
God, that'd be great. Okay, we've been talking about movies for like 5 minutes. We're clearly out of things football related to talk about, and I do have an errand that I want to try to get to before it closes. So anyway, I'll talk about our sponsor now, RoyalRetros.com. I love that I made this graphic. Pat myself on the back. What is RoyalRetros.com? It is your go-to place to get an authentic throwback jersey. 49ers fans, You can go on there and check out their candlestick collection that's on there right now. It does have a lot of just Bay Area in general. Like I did see a baseball Giants jersey in there. Lots of Niners related stuff in there though. And if you find something that tickles your fancy, throw it in your cart and then use our promo code Shady Sports to get 10% off of your entire order. It is your entire cart, 10% off. Just use the promo code Shady Sports. It helps us out. It helps Shady Sports Network out. We'd really appreciate it. Go and get yourself an authentic jersey, an authentic throwback jersey today at royalretros.com. Again, the promo code is Shady Sports. James, let the people know about the little charity we're helping.
Okay, guys. Recently in the news, the Houston Texans minority owner was charged with some very serious sexual crimes, and the 49ers' own Jed York was charged, civil lawsuit for alleged insider trading from a company that was helping students cheat during the pandemic. So we're bringing this up because recently in the news too, Von Miller was allegedly, assaulted his pregnant girlfriend. And why do we compare the two? Why are we, saying owners versus players? Well, Von Miller, we pretty much knew when he was getting charged, like he had a warrant, and we knew when he had a warrant and when he turned himself in. The Houston Texans minority owner, who has serious sexual crimes, probably worse than assault on his pregnant girlfriend, not to, downplay assault, but if you're really going to get worse, Houston Texans minority owner charged with very serious sexual crimes. We didn't find out about that until months after he was charged. And the difference is the NFL is reporting on players right away, and they're not reporting on their owners when the owners do something wrong. So it's like a don't ask, don't tell boys club that we are sick of. And so to show you we put our money where our mouth is, we are starting the owner standards or less than player standards, hashtag owner accountability, hashtag make that go viral on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you can get that going. And to show you we are put our money where our mouth is, yes, we are selling t-shirts for charity. We're trying to raise money for a crisis center in Kentucky. There, if you want to make the statement with us, owner standards or less than player standards, hashtag owner accountability. T-shirt starts at $22.99. You can get that in different colors, different styles, and different sizes. Next up, we have our owner standoff shirt. This one we had in the previous charity with the Dan Snyder one. We're bringing it back for a Kentucky crisis center. It's basically, the owners stand off with each other, what's been going on for the last couple of years. And we're putting that on a t-shirt for $22.99, or get it in different styles and different sizes. Next up, we have our podcast logo art. You'll find this on YouTube, our YouTube channel, our podcast channels, wherever you listen to podcasts. You'll find this art, $22.99, get you that in a tee, or different styles at different prices. This, we have our podcast logo art, our alternate one. Very nice t-shirt. I have this t-shirt. You can get it in different colors, different sizes. A t-shirt starts at $22.99. And finally, we have our coup de grace, this Niner nut peanut eating nuts while cheering for the 49ers, our official mascot. Debo, we know you watch the show. We know you want to buy this shirt and wear it to a press conference one day. Do that for us. $22.99. Get you that in a t-shirt as well. Go to bonfire.com or Google Niner Nuts Apparel and go to the bonfire.com link. Or you can go to our Twitter profile and look into our profile and tag that link, and it'll take you right there. All the proceeds go to charity. We don't want to make anything off it. Support a Kentucky crisis center today.
You can copy it or hyperlink. I think if the hyperlink doesn't work, you can copy it in the show notes as well. I make sure I add that in the show notes every episode. But yeah, we don't want any money for these. We want you to have a cool shirt and help out a family in need. So Debo, it's not putting any money in our pocket if you actually listen to the show. You've been going off for 2 weeks. So I mean, give us a reason that you're not. So anyway, I always like to end with a little bit of news, and we're not taping this on Monday, so the news actually updated a little bit. I did say a little earlier that our first injury report came out, and Arik is not trending towards playing this week from what Kyle said. I don't think we'd exactly need him. I think Wyatt Davis did very well when he played. We can also elevate McGill. We can survive without Armstead for the Seahawks, I think. I think we can survive without him for the Cardinals if we need to give him 2 weeks. If he can't play against the Ravens, that's when I would be really worried. But no, that was the only thing on the injury report that I was actually like really worried about for us. But I guess the other thing, I want to send a little bit of love and prayers to Hayden Hurst. I believe he was a former first rounder. He's bounced around the league a little bit, but currently with the Panthers, he's not played since November 9th. So about a month from now, from when you guys are listening to this, he has post-traumatic amnesia, as tweeted by his father, that he said came from a hit that he took when the Panthers played the Chicago Bears. I believe that was a Thursday night game, if I remember right. But yeah, this is the first time I've heard of a head injury that wasn't a concussion. At least in my deep following of the NFL's only been 10 years. But no, that sounds horrible, and I'm sure by tomorrow we'll hear that he's on IR. If he wasn't already placed on IR, he might be. But no, God, my heart goes out to Hayden's family. I hope he can get medically cleared just to be a person, let alone if he decides he still wants to play football after getting him hit so hard he's got amnesia. Like,
yeah, and that's just news that just came out, guys. We questioned whether it was long-term, short-term. We don't know that. However, it's probably one of the more serious things that ever happened in the NFL, considering CTE is a thing now. We know more about CTE, but you can't really diagnose it right now until somebody's dead. There's a good chance, that this may be a part of that, but I'm only speculating. I'm not a science expert, but
yeah, we're reading this. I read it off my phone, and from right now when we're taping, it's literally like a half hour old. Like, so we don't know that much about it. No, that's awful. That's awful news. And I want him to just be medically cleared to be a person before we even talk about football when it comes to him. I don't know. I hope he gets a speedy recovery, and then
we
go
hope
from there.
We hope he gets enough of his memory back to where he, like you said, Dan, where he can be a person again, that he can be out in society and function as normal as a human being that he possibly can, and just get back to it, man. And, we're praying for you. Hope you make a speedy recovery.
Yeah, no one wants to go down with an injury, let alone a potentially life-altering. I mean, we've seen a handful of life-altering injuries just in the past couple of years alone, and you just hate to see it. I don't want to be flippant and say it's part of the game, but like it's still off. It could be mutually exclusive that, yeah, you're putting yourself at risk for that, but you still don't want it to happen, and you still want the best for the person. And that's why we're making all these initiatives to make the game safer. We'll figure out the ref stuff as we go. Clearly, that's not the bigger issue than making sure that these players are taken care of after the fact when something does happen, like when DeMar or even the little injuries. Like this is one of those extreme cases that I don't know. My heart goes out to his family. I feel so bad for them.
Right.
Hopefully the point I was trying to make didn't get lost there.
Yeah. So that's it for the show, guys. Dan, do you have anything else before we go?
No, just a quick reminder that we are kicking off on Sunday. It's Sunday. We're kicking off at on the 10th at 4:00 Eastern, 1:00 West Coast, and we're hosting Seattle this time. And let's just go do our best we can get into the playoffs if we win, and I think if Minnesota or LA loses, then we clinch a playoff spot at least. So let's just let's take care of business. Let's not let this be a trap game. Let's beat the Seahawks.
All right, guys. Outro music, River Road, Justin Muth.
Catch y'all next week.
River Road, you got me running way back home. River Road, you got me running all night long. You got me singing some canal boat song. River Road, you got me running all night long. River Road, Where have all the women gone? Have they kissed her hand and waved you bye-bye? Have they thought about crossing your double yellow lines? River Road, they love the way